Yo, what's up, Grind Gang? How you living, baby? And welcome to number 21 of the Daily Grind. We here every single day, and it has been beautiful. I'm loving the conversations we're having in the live. I'm thinking the topics are getting more and more interesting as we go on, and I'm really finding better and more powerful ways to kind of introduce this content to you. I hope you're enjoying it. You know, let me know in the comments, guys, if there's anything you think I could do better or something that you really enjoyed from today's episode and that you would love to hear me expand on more. Any of that kind of stuff. I love reading your comments. I love being engaged in this little community that we're building here at the Grind Gang, baby. It's Grind Gang forever. I love you so much, and as always, I'll see you tomorrow. What's up today, Grind Gang? How y'all living, man? We're gonna give it a couple seconds real quick. Just let anybody who wants to come in. I'm gonna start doing some cool things too. If you can't make it live, guess what I'm gonna start doing again? I decided today I'm gonna start doing something. I'm gonna start posting them on Instagram again as well. So lives will be up on Instagram and they'll be up on YouTube. That way we can keep kind of like a running database going on YouTube. If anybody ever felt like, you know, I'm gonna binge watch some Rodtheplanter content today, you'll be able to go to YouTube and do that. And then if you don't want to binge watch or you want to catch it live, it'll be here live. And if you miss it live, but you don't want to go to Instagram or to YouTube for some reason, it's gonna be right here too. I'm telling you, baby, we're gonna take over the internet this year. We're going all over the place. You know, shout out everywhere. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, what's up, man? How y'all doing today? I'm doing good, T. Thank you so much for asking. Sarah, hello. I love you. Beautiful. Oh, hi, BB. I see you change your profile picture. Dig it. You love the YouTube videos, T? Yeah, my brother's been doing a pretty smash-up job about that. Yo, repping the Britney Spears. Just realized my chest is naked. Be right back. There you go, Brittany. There you go, my girl. Let's get you in the Grind Gang, huh? We gotta have you up in the Grind Gang. What y'all up to today? Y'all working? Y'all chilling? About to go to work? About to work on your grind? I hope that would be the most beneficial thing, is to work on your grind. I know you see the title today is the Tripartite Soul. It's gonna be kind of a complicated conversation, so that's why I'm waiting on a little bit of people to shuffle in here, because this morning we're gonna talk about all the sauce.
A little sauce was on it too. Some of that sauce got my eye. Hit me with a buffalo wing.
As I always say, we're gonna talk about all the sauce, man. We're gonna talk about like, you know, like how the different facets of our existence work, how we can feed those things and like use them most properly, right? But the thing I really want you to get from the day, right? We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff, but the one thing I really want you to get from this little conversation we're about to have is, how can I make better decisions, okay? That's what this is all going to come down to, is making the best decisions possible, right? I mean, the tripartite soul is like, I think like fundamental, just like kind of part of existence, but you know, there's a million things you can do with that. You know, there's a million things. Just understanding the fact that you're three things is great. You know, it's really honestly one of the first steps to enlightenment, I think, is understanding that you're more than just your body. You know, so many of us, we live in just a physical reality, right? Maybe not so much of us per se, but so much of society lives in, you know, just a very physically grounded reality, in the sense of like, here I am, this is me, you know? But you are so much more than just this physical body entity, right? You have a soul, and you have a mind, and you have a body. And so these three things, they all have a very particular job, if you will. They all handle very particular facets of your life. And sometimes when we get that confused, we start making decisions or start making things do things that they're not supposed to, right? We start trying to think with our soul, and we start trying to like take actions based on like, you know, I don't know, just all kinds of stuff. But I'm gonna break it all down, right? How you doing, my guy? Yo, man, I can't wait to come see you again, bro. Yo, for real, I'm gonna come see you guys soon. I just gotta get some gas money up in the whip, dog. I get paid tomorrow. Tomorrow will be payday, so we put some gas in the whip. I'm gonna come see you guys. I'm so excited for that. How you doing? That's a good guy, man. That's a really good guy. Y'all should go follow that guy, man. Good vibes, just great smile, just fun to be around. I really dig that guy, man. Hey, so okay, check it. Let's get into it. We good, we ready. The core Grind Gang is up in this motherfucker. We gonna get to it, right? So first of all, what is a tripartite soul? Oh, did y'all notice we got a new set?
Let's get into it. We good, we ready.
Oh, did y'all notice we got a new set? I'm in a new room. Did y'all notice that? Yeah, I moved into my bedroom. The living room was dope and all, it's lots of space and light, but the echo, man, like my room's so big, and like I said, we don't got no furniture yet or anything, so it's just like, it sounded like I was in like a fucking hallway or something, so I was just like, man, let's try and bring it into the bedroom, at least maybe have a little bit better acoustics in here. And then plus, other cool thing that's gonna happen with this, let one more small announcement before we get started today.
Let's get into it. We good, we ready.
As you can see, it's well, I got my little whiteboard thing here, but this is all blank white wall, right? Like, and it goes on forever. Like, you can't see it because, you know, you're on this little thing, but it goes out wide. And on YouTube, you see me, we're wide, right? We got hella space, and it's all just blank white space. So this is what we gonna do, baby. I come on here every single day. And right now I only come on here to about 7 to 10 people, but one day that's gonna be like 7 to 10,000 people, right? And what I wanna do is I wanna display your art, your whatever, your letters, your things from the Grind Gang that they send me. I'm gonna build a whole goddamn like Grind Gang altar right here on the background of my videos, so that every time I go live, there's your art right there. It's right there, everybody can see it. I mean, of course, I'm gonna rotate as new shit comes in, other shit that I like, but send me something I might like, and it might end up on the background of the live and be there forever. So, you know, that could be cool. Hey, Hippie, we were just talking about how I move locations, and that if you ever wanted to like send me something cool, a letter, a painting, it's a Grind Gang wall. That's right, whatever. If you want to do something, you want to make your own Grind Gang chains, I don't know. But if you guys ever send me anything that I think would look beautiful displayed here on this background, that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna collage this whole fucking wall. And so it's cool. Right now it's pure blank whiteness. And I think I have a good idea of who's gonna fill it up with the first painting, or the first 2 or 3. I know 2 people have some cool things on the way for me. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys. Okay. I'm gonna draw you a little diagram real quick. Okay? Let's put this guy here. Can we see? Sweet, we can see! How badass is this, man? Damn, hell yeah. Let's put this guy here. Yeah, that's cool. I've never actually drawn one of these diagrams, but you probably get what I'm getting at here. Okay. I know it might be a little difficult to see, guys. This whiteboard is not an actual whiteboard. It's like a little piece of glass thing that we use, but we use it for storyboards and stuff mostly, but we get the idea, right? I just want to have a small visual representation. This is you. This is you. You're not just one circle, you're 3 little overlapping circles. So really, this guy right here in the middle is the purest you could be. You know what I mean? That's where you want to be, right there, living fully in tune with your spirit, your mind, and your body. Right? You got your body on 10, body's feeling nice and healthy. Let's make body blue over here. Body's feeling all nice and blue. He's doing good, healthy, happy, getting its proper nutrition, proper workout, all of that shit. Let's make spirit green, because green's my favorite color and spirit's my favorite part. And spirit, so spirit's like your soul, right? This is the part of you that is non-physical, that's attached to the ethereal world, if you will, right? So when you think about like, you know, where your thoughts come from, you know, like where's imagination at? Right now, if I asked you to picture, you know, picture Britney Spears sitting right next to you. Like, just look at her right here. Can you see her? Can you see her with her pretty blonde hair? She's got this cute little smile on, and she might sing you, "Hit me, baby," well, right? She's probably wearing some mini skirt or something, but she's not here, but I can see her. So where does that vision exist, right? Well, that's all in the spiritual world, right? This idea that this is fact. I don't know how people try to dispute this sometimes. Like, when you die, like if you've ever touched a dead body, it's completely different than a live body. Now, you can argue all day long where that thing goes, that spirit or whatever, that life force inside of somebody goes or comes from. Don't know, don't fucking care, but I know it's in there, right? Like, you can distinctively tell the difference between alive and dead. There's just a whole different energy there. I think that energy that creates life, that is kind of you behind the scenes, is your spirit. And so those are cool. You got a spirit, and your spirit's using your body. And there's one last thing that we have. and that's a mind. Right? And now, guys, this little diagram that I'm drawing for you, or this little idea, has been explained quite a few times in real science. Like the term tripartite soul, I actually stole from, goddamn, don't forget his name right now. Come on, y'all know what I'm talking about? Sigmund Freud, right?
The soul is made up of three parts: a pair of winged horses and a charioteer. The charioteer represents the logical part of the soul, which must control the chariot and horses. The white horse is noble and represents the spirited part of the soul, the courage, gallantry, and bravery, which comes from the heart. The black horse is ignoble and represents the appetitive part of the soul, by which we experience carnal erotic love, hunger in excess, and other ignoble desires. Driving these horses gives the charioteer a lot of trouble, and is only possible when the horses are working in harmony. The soul, when perfectly winged, soars upward and orders the whole world of the ideas.
And Sigmund talked about the ego, the id, the superego, and all that, right? And obviously Christianity talks about, you know, what is it? Some Holy Ghost? Jesus, God, and the Holy Ghost? I don't know, but there's three of them, right? And they always talk about how like there's these three entities, the Trinity, the Holy Trinity, if you will. Okay, I love you, BB. Yeah, definitely catch it on the YouTube. It'll be up there tomorrow. And so, yeah, and then I'm also posting them on here from now on. If you didn't hear that, I'm also going to start posting them here on the live or on Instagram. I mean, they're only going to be up there for 24 hours anyways, but then there's a whole database. So, guys, I understand. I mean, it helps. I love it. I feel like more energetic when you're in here, and like I feel like, you know, I'm actually talking stuff. It's really hard to just come in here and talk to the blank wall. So, I mean, if you want to be a good show, then bring your energy into the show. You know, try and be here live. But if you can't make it, I get it. I'll still be here, baby. I'll still be doing my thing. So, these three things all control something different, right? They all have a different function in our life, and they control different facets of our being, I think, okay? It's really hard for people to get like enlightened or start using these things the right way because first of all, they haven't like separated those things, right? They haven't begun to understand that they're different things, and so, like I said, we try and just use this little part right here to do everything. That's not necessarily the most efficient, best route to go with this, right? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Thank you so much, T. That's exactly what it is. Okay, so now we have these ideas. We all pretty much grounded on the idea of like mind, right? Like my mind is my thinking mind. So your mind is not your spirit and it's not your body, right? Your mind is the thing that you're going to use to create calculations today. You know, your mind is the thing that's going to fish through the details and the logic of life, right? Your mind is very grounded in what is logical. You know? Computations, all that, thinking, skill building, all these things, you know, perceptions, these are all mind functions, right? And, you know, it all happens in your brain. And then your body is very, like, dominated by just simple drives and impulses, right? They talk about, like I said, they call it the id, in Sigmund Freud's little fucking whatever philosophies and stuff. But this idea of like your body, right? Like when you feel hunger, you feel it right here in the pit of your stomach, right? And your stomach has this certain kind of intuition, just like your heart does, just like, you know, the rest of your body does. It has this certain, like, it's connected to the spirit and stuff, so it has a certain sense of spirituality to it. But most of it is based in physical reality, right? If I cut you open, you're going to bleed. You know, if you feel hungry, you're going to come out here and try and do something to get food. And depending on how hungry you are, your body can take over tremendously, right? Hell, your body can start shutting you down if it feels like it's not getting the right nutritions and stuff. So your body has very distinct drives, right? Mostly based on like shit, piss, eat, you know, drink. But it's going to kind of make its own decisions and do its own things. But that's neither here nor there, right? That's neither here nor there. I mean, I definitely think that understanding this whole idea of like impulses and body kind of like drives will really help you to, you know, stay focused and not get, you know, distracted by things in the world. But we're not going to go there with this conversation today, okay? Last one, my absolute favorite one. Oh man, the spirit, right? The spirit, the thing that is infinite and limitless, and your subconscious. I believe that your spirit lives in your subconscious. Call me crazy, I don't know, But, I think it exists in that part of the mind that I can't see or that I can't define. The part of your mind that they say is like an iceberg. They say your conscious mind is like 10% of your actual brain. When you ever hear people say you're only using 10% of your brain, that's what they actually mean. They don't actually mean like 90% of your brain does absolutely nothing. What they mean is you personally only use 10%. The rest of that 90% is used by your subconscious. And and so that's all works on your subconscious, right? Same thing, pituitary gland and all that. Some people say like your pineal gland or whatever in your brain, that's where your spirit comes from. I don't know, there's all kinds of theories about it. I don't care. Again, right? Spirit, subconscious, I think that's where power comes from. That's where manifestation comes from. That's your link to God. That's your link to creative energy. You know what I'm saying? Something breathed life into you, whatever. Like, we got life. And I get, like, our parents created our body, but something else created our life, I think. You know what I mean? And so anyways, that's all in spirit. And there's a lot of power in that, and a lot of untapped potential and power in that a lot of people never get to see, because you really have to explore deep to get down into that subconscious mind and into that spirit, get connected with that spirit, right? And you really have to understand how that spirit works, because if you're trying to approach a spirit, right, with a logical mind, if you think you're going to think your way to enlightenment, you're probably not, right? There's a huge difference between knowledge and wisdom, And I think wisdom lays right here. So when we talked about decision making, right? And let's just go ahead and breaking that down and how these different things work with our decisions. So a lot of us, we come out here and we try and logically think our way through the world and through life. And I'm from Compton, so logically, kids from Compton don't really grow to become successful businessmen or make multi-million-dollar companies. So I'm not going to try that, because logically it just doesn't make any sense. How would I ever do that? Right? So if you're on a logical basis, you're going to be feeling really limited, right? Because knowledge can only take you so far. Now spirit has a certain intuition in it, right? Spirit knows something that we aren't taught. Nobody taught you how to breathe. Nobody taught you how to find food. Nobody taught you, we kind of made it easier for you, but trust me, had we not made it easier for you, you'd have figured it out yourself. There's a certain level of intuition that just comes from being a human being, that's just kind of given to you. And when you mix that intuition, that ability to perceive things that are not in the physical, when you mix that with studying and logical facts and theories and scientific methods and things that we've used to logically, define what we do here in the world, well, then you create this understanding that's called wisdom. And then I think that's so much more powerful than just trying to come up with a logical decision, right? Same thing too. Sometimes, people do the opposite, all intuition, right? We don't want to study the world. We don't want to learn. We don't want to, add new information to our databases. We don't want to upgrade our logic. And so we try and do everything just on what feels right, or what, feels like the good thing to do, or whatever. And that can fail us sometimes too, right? Because we lack that other knowledge to back us up on that intuition. And so the work I'm gonna tell you one thing right now, right? I don't fuck with this thing. Okay? I have a very weird relationship with body. Right? And all these people are kind of people to me. I call them people. But body, I'll be on some other shit sometimes, guys. Body is like I said, sickness, tired, a lot of the things that hold you back in life. The spirit's infinite. Your spirit does not get hungry. Your spirit does not get tired. Your spirit doesn't go to sleep. You go to sleep, but your spirit doesn't. Your spirit stays up all night, keeps your heart beating, keeps thinking, keeps creating dreams. This thing is always doing its thing, always on, never hindered by anything. The only thing that holds us back in this reality is our fucking body. It sucks. I know, it sucks, but it's the mechanism in which we must use to interact with this physical world, right? It's the spiritual had to become physical to interact with the physical world. And so that's where we're at right now, is we have this physical body that, yes, it feels limiting. Sometimes I just be all the time, be why can't I fly, man? I just want to fly. I just want to fly away so bad, And it's this body that kind of hinders that, Sometimes you just want to jump outside that thing. But that's why I think meditation is so great, because meditation is a lot about shutting off the body, you know, and then even shutting off the mind too, and it's really just focusing on the spirit. But so I just try and take care of body. I look at body as just like a little bitch that I gotta take care of and drag along the way, so I make sure he's healthy, happy, doing his thing, and just all around, I just want you to kind of shut the fuck up. Like, you know, just come along for the ride. Do what you're told. You know, do what you're told. That's what body should be doing. Body should be just doing what the fuck it's told. Because if you let body come out here and decide things for you, like I said, it's gonna put you to sleep. It's gonna have you sleeping 10, 12 hours a day. It's just kind of lazy and just kind of like a sack of fucking meat is what it is. It's a sack of meat. And if you follow this sack of meat around, it's gonna set you up for failure. So, how do we make the best decisions possible in our life, right? How do we make the best decisions possible using our mind, body, and spirit? How do we use these three things in conjunction to get the most like growth out of our life and just the most anything out of our life, right? Okay, first things first, I want you to understand. Mind, we talked about mind controls logic, okay? So it controls your thoughts. Your thoughts are how you interact with your mind. Your thoughts. These are your thoughts. Mind is thoughts, right? Our thoughts, what you think about today, what you think about this math problem, what you think about the world, like all day long you're going to be thinking. You're going to be using your mind to think through things. You're going to be thinking through your life, thinking through your problems, thinking through every situation that you find yourself in for the rest of ever, okay? So that all mind work. Now we got our spirit. What's our spirit going to be in charge of? Our spirit is in charge of emotes, emotions, right? Love, a very spiritual feeling. Somebody grab love right now. Somebody grab some love for me. Somebody fill me up a cup of love. No? Can't put no joy in the bag for me? Yeah? How about, can you create a scientific formula for love? Anybody? Can anybody, like, 2 + 2 = love? Nope. It's not a thinking function. It is not a body physical function. It is a purely spiritual function. Your emotions are yours and yours alone. They come from inside your spirit. They're unseen. They're you know what I mean? They just come from you. So, and you've even maybe have heard the term, some people say emotions are energy in motion, right? Some people say that as like a little saying. I love that. I think it's kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like, I think it's just kind of like a little play on words, but still, I get that energy in motion, emotions. And so that's all up in your spirit. And then like we talked about with your body is just mostly in charge of actions. Right? Actions. It cannot think. It cannot come up with its own plan. It cannot decide how we feel, right? All it can do is execute on what these other two things decide. So when you, like I said, when you get your emotions and your thoughts in line, right, and they're working with wisdom, right? You're gonna make a wise decision to do something with your body, right? You're gonna make a decision here. And so like we talk about actions all the time, like my body, that's what I use my body for. I use my body to mold and to create in these hands, like everything about this body like has to come out here and type things on the fucking computer or whatever, draw, even right now I'm using my body to draw these stupid pictures, right? So you have to take actions with your body. Okay, cool. We're getting all this, right? See how we're all adding up, right? Okay, we got a great understanding now of spirit, mind, and body, thoughts, emotions, actions, or decisions, whatever you want to call it here. And so now we're gonna say, okay, cool. Now we have this idea of what does what and how they all work together. Rod, how do I make the best decisions possible, right? How do I use these things in the most efficient manner and way possible? Okay, guys. Well, that's cool. Let's just talk about emotions, thoughts, actions. Emotions, thoughts, and actions, right? Have you seen somebody who tries to make decisions or thoughts, right? Creates thoughts based on terrible emotions, right? And those bad thoughts on terrible emotions create terrible actions, right? Or same thing over here, right? Have you ever seen somebody try and take action out of emotion, right? Just pure emotion. Like I promise you right now, if you think with your emotions, if you try and put emotions over here in your mind, and some people do this. So what they'll do is, I'm angry right now, and so I think in this angry state that I'm in that I should punch you in the fucking face. And then so I do. I just wail off and hit you in the fucking face, right? Well, I didn't actually think about it. I completely bypassed thoughts. and I just acted on anger, okay? Because if I didn't have the emotion of anger, the thought of punching that person in the face would have been a lot more logical, right? Now, like I said, you're not angry right now, I assume, or I hope. So if I just said, yo, I think it's a good idea for you to punch somebody in the face, you're really not going to think that's a good idea. You're not going to be like, oh, I don't want to do that. Like, why would I do that to somebody? That's probably going to hurt them, right? So acting or thinking with our emotions will set us up for failure every single time. Because emotions are not meant for acting, and they're not meant for thinking. Emotions are meant for feeling. That's it. You feel them. This is your guidance system. You know, this is, how do I know if I'm going, like, how do I know this is a good thought or a bad thought? How do I know that, you know, this is the place I'm supposed to be going to, or this is the person I'm supposed to be with, or this is the growth, you know, how do I know that? Well, that's what your spirit is. Your spirit is nothing more than a compass. You know, it helps guide us through this existence, this world, right? It gives us things and brings things into our existence through the law of attraction and through our reticular activating system, all these things, right? But it's our guide. It's your link to God or to the universe or whatever. And so it's just meant to be listened to. Like I said, you don't take the wisest, oldest guy in your tribe, who's usually like the general or something, or the chief of your tribe. He doesn't fight wars. He's not out there running on the battlefield trying to kill people and shit, you know, because it's too risky. Like, this dude needs to be just chilling. You go to him, be like, what do you think we should do, boss? And he's like, I think y'all should kill all those fools. And you'd be like, all right, cool, let's get the army. And then you go get the army, which is, this is your army. You know, then you go start taking actions. But this guy is not to be used for thoughts or actions, simply as a guidance system. Simply as, how does this make me feel? Does this make me feel good? Does this person make me feel good in my life? Do I feel happier, more enlightened? Do I feel more prosperous? Do I feel any kind of beneficial from whatever stimulus I'm experiencing right now? This job, this person, this life choice, whatever, this habit, any of that stuff, okay? Now, same thing with thoughts, okay? Thoughts become things, right? Your thoughts, just as you see how all these things are tied together, what you're thinking on a day-to-day basis about the world, you're making these assumptions that are going to influence your emotions, right? They're going to influence your actions through your emotions. All these things are going to tie together. So if you're not using correct thoughts, right? If you're not like, here's a great thing I heard today in this book I was reading, right? It's kind of like what we were talking about yesterday about how your brain is risk adverse, right? So that means like your brain does not like to do things that are risky, and it's always measuring risk versus reward. Like how dangerous or how like hard or difficult is this going to be, and how much is it really worth it to me, and what am I going to get from it? Some people have high benefits from tattoos, right? Like tattoos, beautiful works of art on them. They love the self-expression. They think it's just this and that and the other, right? And so they got hell of them, right? Some people don't have so many tattoos because the risk is too much. Like it hurts too much, the pain. I don't really care. Like me, I only got one. I got this one. It's over here. I got this one tattoo, and I got it that one time, and then it's not that I don't like it. It's not that I hate tattoos. It's just like, I didn't even know what side it was on. Like, you know, and maybe that's just my fault for getting some dumb bullshit when I was like in the army or whatever, but I just didn't see the value in it anymore. I was just like, this doesn't make any sense. But I thought my way to those. You know what I mean? I thought my way to that conclusion by saying, you know, this is the pros of tattoos, these are the cons. The cons outweigh the pros to me, you know? We do this all the time. Point being, right, is like right now a lot of people don't go out and try and do something that's scary, i.e. start a business, invest $50,000 into something, or like, you know, whatever. We're very weary of taking any type of risk because we have not conditioned with our thoughts to look for all the benefits. So here's the point in case. Study successful people, right? The more successful people you study, the more people who do the thing that you want to do or are the person you want to be, the more you kind of think that thought or see that person and study and learn from them, right? This is all studying and learning and logic, right? But the more you feed yourself with ideas from the world that support where you want to go and your emotions and all that, right? So if you study people who are successful or who are happy, right? You're going to start to think that that's a lot easier, right? The risk starts to go down because the more people you see do it, the more you're going to be like, well, he did it. Damn, I learned this guy's story and he was half mentally retarded and he was able to like build this business or whatever. And this person almost died of cancer and was able to like come back from that or whatever. But the more you start to learn that, the more the risk starts to go down. And likewise, you start to see the benefits. You start seeing other healthy people. You start seeing how happy and energetic they are, how wealthy they are, all these things. And you're like, man, I want more of that. Like now it seems easier and more obtainable because I've studied 50 people who do the thing I want to do. And I listen to all their stories. And now seeing them and all the things they're enjoying, it all seems to me more sense to me, right? More logically, I think that I can do this. Or I think that that's more logical or easier for me to do. Same thing when you think about like you want to start a business or something. Most people don't start. My favorite example is, oh, wouldn't it be cool if there was an app that did this? But then people stop because they're like, well, I don't know how to build an app. You know? That's okay. Study. Think it, right? Use your thoughts. Use your thoughts to create the app because you find out it only costs $50 to get somebody else to build an app for you, right? So use our thoughts to think through things, to gain more knowledge, to gain more understanding of the world around us and the world that we want to live in, right? That if we see people doing things, learn from them. If you are interested in a certain topic, learn about it. You like to do photography, learn about photography, study it, read about it, put these good thoughts into it about it, Think about your craft and your mission and all these things. Think about healthy, happy thoughts that are gonna, in line, make you feel good, right? Use your guidance system, like we just talked about. So if your thoughts and you're thinking something, and then that fires off a negative or bad feeling in your mind, I would stop thinking that thought, right? I would stop thinking that thought. And here's the last thing too, right? Before we wail off with our emotions, and before we, let our emotions just dictate our actions and we leave our thoughts out of it, why don't we give the thoughts a second to do its thing too, right? So same thing. I feel angry. It works always. I feel angry. Instead of just acting out on my anger real quick, me and spirit and body just run away and say, fuck you, mind, we're gonna go punch this dude in the face, right? Remember, body's always gonna follow. So, if you let the mind think it's scared and don't listen to that feeling or that emotion in you that says, we can do this, you got this, you're strong. You don't listen to him, mind will convince body to just sit still and be scared. Like, don't do anything, man. No, it's scary out there. You don't know what's gonna happen, bro. You don't know. We haven't thought this out yet. We haven't figured out the answer logically, so don't you dare take any risk. Don't you dare step out, right? They have to work together. They all have to work together. They all have a very specific purpose. So check in with each of them every time you're gonna make a decision. So same thing, thinking the thought, emotions come up, because emotions will come up from the spirit. I think about it. I'm like, all right, well, cool. That was great. We felt that. Emotion got its thing. I feel angry. And I let myself feel angry for a second. You son of a bitch! Okay, now we gotta think about this. What are we gonna do? Right? Because I can't just act on emotion alone. And I just can't just act without any, so I gotta think. So I think, okay, I'm angry, I get that, but punching this dude in the face really isn't gonna make the situation any better. It's not gonna make me any less angry, honestly. It's probably just gonna make all of us more angry, so I gotta go about this a different way. You know what? Maybe the action I'm gonna take now is to talk to this person, or maybe get some more understanding from this person. Why would this person do something like that, or whatever? And so then we make a different action, we take a different action, right? And remember, the action will always be equals, but sometimes we'll get hung up. Sometimes we'll get hung up. The way we'll get hung up most of the time by the body is we don't take care of it, right? You can think super happy thoughts that breed super happy positive emotions, or vice versa, right? And you got this good super positive spirit swelled up, and you're like, man, I want to make a difference and a change in the world, blah, 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 but we don't take care of our body, and so we get really sick, or we can't get out of bed, or whatever. We can't even use our legs or our voice or whatever. We lose those things, and so it becomes hard to take the actions we need to if we're not taking care of the body that's going to have to take care of the actions, right? Same way too is if we don't instill this body. Because remember, the body has its own drives and impulses too, right? And so sometimes it might just be in that funk of my rhythm, my natural physical rhythm is to not get up and move. I'm just in a low vibration in the body, so the body doesn't skemow a lot. Some people can't stretch, some people can't do a lot of things with their body, not because their body is not designed to do those things, it's just because they don't use their body in that way. Well, so it might try and drive, right? So you have to force your body to be in line with your thoughts and your emotions. So you have to discipline your body. You have to really kind of honestly force that motherfucker to be like, look, bitch, just like we said yesterday with the SIBO thing. When I say 1, 2, 3, you're gonna go. And you're gonna do it whether you want to or not, or anything like that. Whether you're tired or you think you're hungry or whatever. I don't give a fuck. You're hungry? I don't care. Gotta get it, baby. Gotta get it. But people act like that. People act like, well, I can't do anything right now because I'm so tired. I can't study, I'm tired. Tired? Shut the, slap that fucking body and say, look, man, spirit's not tired, so you're gonna do what the fuck we said. You know, we've already thought about it. I really want this. You know, it makes me feel good to study and to progress in my life and to get to the next level. So you're just gonna shut the fuck up and do what we just told you to do, right? And they really have to get that body in line. But all three have to be in their own little place, in their own order, knowing their jobs, right? You can't just have the body won't act without the mind or the spirit, so you don't have to worry about that. But, you know, you can't just be letting the thoughts control the body by itself, right? You can't just let thoughts and body hang out together because you'll never get anywhere or do anything. You'll just hide away from pain and every emotion that you feel because you don't understand your emotions. You haven't spent no time over here in spirit. Meditation's where you really understand your spirit and your emotions and things. But, you know, if you don't do any of that, if you don't spend any time with that guy and you're just out here trying to make all your decisions on life and everything else just based on what I think and what body's gonna do for me, he's not gonna do shit because this nigga's too scared to make anything happen. So the body's not going anywhere. Body's definitely not gonna decide for you who should make the move, right? And then same thing too, if we ignore our thoughts and we don't study and we just try to do everything off of how we feel and when we feel it, right? What's gonna start to happen is our spirit's gonna become undisciplined. This is gonna start letting off emotions any which way or without any order or discipline or anything. And then it's gonna cause us to take some very extreme and drastic actions that we probably do not want to take. You know, people who are feeling depressed, man, the actions they be taking sometimes, you know, they might fuck around and just off body. You know, we might just decide, you know what, body, you're the problem. You know what I mean? We should start feeling so much without thinking about it, without thinking logically of the consequences or the anything of our decisions. And emotion might just be like, you know what, sick and tired of you, body. God damn it, man, I want to feel more, and you're just not letting me feel. I'm just going to feel, fuck you, and then it's off it, right? Because it's holding it back. I think this is truly kind of like the philosophies that go into my mind when I try to rationalize things. It's like, man, why would somebody do that? Or why would you know? And this is the kind of stuff that I kind of come up with when I really study it and look at like how the mind works and what universal law is. And, you know, all this stuff should seem pretty like, that makes sense, you know? I'm not saying it's right. I mean, I made up these words, a lot of these words, and used a lot, you know, I mean, I'm not saying that this is science or anything like that, but what I am saying is, it does kind of make sense what I'm talking about, right?
That makes sense to me.
We all kind of intuitively know I should think about my actions before I just pop off with my emotions, right? And vice versa, you know, we get it. So, we get it. I love you guys. That's it, man. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Honest to God, that's what it's about. And that's what a lot of people have a hard time because some people are so logical and so just don't believe, have no faith, have no emotion, that it's become so hard to be the person that they really truly are or want to be. And then same thing, you know, you got to be in tune with all three. Let each one do its own thing. Before you make a decision, before you run off, right? Before you do anything, come from this place. Your most centered, balanced, understanding, wise place where the most healthiest actions come into play, where your best thoughts are because they're filled with your most happy and positive emotions. When all three of those things are in line with every decision that you make, right? Good feelings, good thoughts, good actions. What you think you're gonna get? What kind of life do you think you're gonna manifest for yourself? What kind of trust do you think you can have in yourself all of a sudden to make the right decision? You know, some people have a hard time trusting themselves to make the decision because they're not using all three. They either running off with their gut and just the whole time you're second guessing yourself about like, ooh, did I make the right decision here? Or vice versa, you don't know why you're doing the things you do. You're just making decisions. You're just like, I think this is a good idea. I think that's a good idea. Ooh, I think I need that. I think I need that. Ooh, I think I love that. Ooh, I think, you know, and then you just don't know. And so the whole time you're nervous or anxious because you don't know what emotions you're not tapping into your emotions and saying, this is what actually makes me feel good though. And this is what actually makes me feel bad though. Get it? Got it good? I love you guys so much, man. Thank you for tuning in to this very special edition of Live. We did a whole bunch of cool things today. Switched up the whole set. Talked about a really, really fundamental conversation. If you plan on getting my book, this is all in it. That's all in it. All of that's gonna be in my book. Book, baby, it's coming. It's coming. We're just gonna keep it working, keep it grinding, keep it moving to the top. I love you guys so much. Reach out to me, man, if you got some questions, you wanna help some understanding with this. Of course, it's gonna be on YouTube. Share it with a friend. It'll be live here all day. RTP challenge still in full effect, baby. I'm on day 14, so that means we're like halfway through 30 days. It only gets better. I only look forward to it more and more and more. Like I said, I will not miss a day. It's like I couldn't even imagine like missing a meal for me now. And you'll feel those same benefits. Just stick with it, guys. All right, I love you so much, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.